Hi there, my M&Ms. I'm coming at you today to tell you more of my journey with cancer. It's not going to be too long because I know it's been about maybe 3-4 weeks or so. So I'll just start plain and simple. I started out at, I'm not going to say the name of the hospital because I don't want, there's reasons I don't want to say the hospital I was at. Let's just say that. Then I moved to another place. It's in Boston. There's many hospitals in Boston, so I'm not going to say which one it was. But I was there. I had about last month, near the beginning of last month, I had an appointment to see my oncologist. So I went to see my oncologist, and I went, sat down. They called me in because you have to have blood work done. And then she's putting this, she's tightening in my wrist, and then she's putting this thing in. I said, "What are you doing?" And then she's like, "You got chemo today?" I said, "No, nobody told me I was having chemo done today." And then she said, "Yes, you are." She goes, "I'll be your nurse the whole time." And I say, "I don't think so." But then she told me to just go out there and wait. So we went out there. I was out there for maybe 15 minutes. Went up to the desk finally, said, "I'm not being called in. I don't know what's going on." And then they brought somebody out, which was a social worker. Social worker says, "Yeah, today you're having chemo." I said, "I wasn't told I was having chemo. I was told I would see my oncologist to see the port. She wanted to check it to make sure it was okay. Then I was going to have, chemo." And then she's like, No. She goes, "Whether you had the port or not put in." She said, "Because I was supposed to have the port put in, but I ended up sick." And then the next following week, after I went there that day, I had chemo. They told me I was having chemo, so I was still going to do it. And I'm like, no. And then she's like, yes. She goes, and then she went and got some, but she said she'd be right back. Came back, and then she says, it's time for you to come back. She goes, "I said I'm not having the chemo." And then, so I went in the back, and I sat down where they had me assigned to sit. And then I said, "Nothing's going in me." I said, "I want to change hospitals to closer to where I live." And then I told her Dana-Farber, there's Dana-Farber closer to me. The main one is in Boston. And then she's like, "Well, hold on." She went off. She came back. The nurse said that I still got to take your vital signs and all that. Okay. She took my, blood pressure, my temperature, all that stuff. And then she left. And then the lady comes back. And she's like, this other lady came in first before the other lady came back. And then she's like, "Oh, well, if you want to go to any support groups, here they are. You can come back because I see you're not interested." And I was like, no. I said, "I'm not having it done." I said, "I want to go to Dana-Farber. It's closer to my home, and I want to be closer." And then the lady come back and said, "We'll let you go." She says, "You have a chance for all your records over to the other hospital." I said, "That's fine." So I signed papers. My boyfriend went out to go put money in the meter. And my son is sitting there, and because he didn't have, it was during the summer, and so he didn't have camp or school yet, so he ended up sitting there, and then my boyfriend came back, and he goes, "Well, did they take the damn thing out?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, they're going to take it out in a minute." They went to go check to see, if they can, where I have to give me directions so I know where I have to go, so I can give these papers to him so I can have the stuff mailed to me. And then she goes, "Okay." He said, and then she comes in, she goes, "I'm taking it out." And he goes, "You better take the damn thing out." And I'm like, no, we're not getting feisty here. She nicely took it out. The lady came in. She looked at the paper. And the nurse says, "Come with me." We all went up to the desk. They looked at it. I only made one mistake on it. I had to recorrect it. They faxed it over. And then they said they could fax over instead of me going over. So that was fine. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks, well, 2.5 weeks later, I got all my records to give to them because they wouldn't send it over there. Dana-Farber, well, as soon as we got done with the hospital, we went straight over to Dana-Farber. Dana-Farber, I asked, I want to, have my treatments done at Dana-Farber. She's like, "Well, you have to talk to this lady that's intake." So I called her right there in the lobby, and she said my insurance covered it since I told her my insurance and everything. And then she said, "But we need the records. We need all the films, all x-rays." She says, "Any x-rays, MRIs, PET scans, all that stuff we need on a disc." And I said, "I can get them for you." And that's what I did. I got them all for her. And then, but they didn't send them to her. They gave them to me, so I had to bring them in. 2.5 weeks later on a Friday, I brought them in. and then excuse me, and then I ended up starting chemo that following week. They told me, oh, they called me, told me we're gonna start chemo. It was on a Friday, 17th or 18th. It was like 2 weeks ago on a Friday. So I didn't mind. You know, I have 4-hour chemo, intense chemo is what I have. Sat there, they have big, huge rooms, TV. You can get up to go use their kitchen to eat and stuff like that. And then I went home, and the following Wednesday, and end up with a rash. I have rash all over my body, except for my stomach and back. And it's called chemo rash. So I go back on the 25th for my second round of chemo. I don't know how many rounds they said I'm going to need before they stop, because they want to try to get it all done. So that's right now my journey. So I just thought I'd let you know that. And I know it's quick and brief because my battery's starting to die, but just want to let you know that I am at Dana-Farber. They treat me wonderful. They're very nice. I have same nurses every time. Unless she's on vacation or sick or something, then I have somebody else. And other than that, I like being there. And my doctor, Dr. Chi, really nice. She's Asian. She's really nice. She's funny. Other than that, and all my social networks below if you want to, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And other than that, I hope you M&Ms have a nice day. Bye.